150,000 only being taxed at 60,000 or 40% of the market value, it would be equal $450 tax bill. Now that's before any exemptions or that you may qualify for. A lot of residents do qualify. If you're a veteran, there's things you can sign up for, exemptions, and also as far as the school boards goes, we're talking about county tonight. The school has their own public hearings. We don't raise the millage rate for the school board. They do their own increases or decreases to the millage rate. But anyway, I was going to say something, but I've already slipped my mind. But anyway, moving on. How is the millage rate determined? Well, each county commission has a budget. The city has a budget. And then the school board has a budget. And each of those budgets, in the county budget, for instance, we have lots of line items for revenues. We have grants. We have there's fee income, other types of things that when monies are collected. For instance, if you get an electrical permit, it's $35. We think the fairness of that is if Philip and I come in and get a permit for $35, it's not everybody's responsibility in the county to pay for our permit. We pay for our permit as you get a permit. And there's all kinds of various permits in Georgia and in Dade County. But that is some fee-based stuff. Now, fee-based income. County commission budget, again, includes taxes. Taxes is really the only thing that the county can rely on as far as if we issue a tax levy and a tax bill. That's the only number that we can count on. We hope that we'll collect so much money in fee income. We hope we'll collect so much money even in sales taxes each year. But those are hopes, because if the market goes way down and there's nobody taking out permits and there's nobody buying anything, you can't really rely on it. And so that is, at least in Georgia, that's one way that counties have the ability to have a little bit of guaranteed funds to come in and pay for the services that are rendered to the residents. Cities the same way. They have their services. Cities do offer a few other things like garbage pickup at the curbside, sewer services, and I don't know, other things that the city does, lighted streets and such. And so school boards, of course, they buy buses and transport children and educate children, pay teacher salaries, and et cetera. So there's different things that come out of this. So how do property taxes in Dade County compare? According to smartasset.com, Dade County is ranked ranked 8th in the top 10 places in the state of Georgia receiving the most value for their property taxes. That's Smart Asset. That's SMARTASSET.com. If you'd like to look that up. And there's several of these kind of places out there that you can check. Some places, and last year I know we were ranked number 3 in the state, but it says this one we're ranked number 8 in the top 10 places in the state of Georgia. So it says you have a chance to weigh in on your commission. We've had our first public hearing at 11 a.m. on August 13th. We had another one on the 13th at 6 p.m. and today, of course, at 4 p.m. We're holding the current final public hearing, and then we'll have a special call meeting beginning at 4:30 today. Rollback of the millage rate to offset inflationary increases. So we have 2 rollbacks that benefit the taxpayers in Dade County. One is called LOST, that's L-O-S-T, that's local option sales tax. That is 1 penny that's been on the books for many, many years, I think since around 1990 or so, and or even before. And what it does is that 1 penny, whatever 1 penny in sales tax raised, rolls property taxes in the county back 100%, meaning 100% of what we get of that we roll back. Now we get 80% of the value of the 1 penny. The city gets the other 20% since we only have one municipality. So it's split 80-20. But of that 80% collected, we roll back property taxes 100%, and we'll take a look at that here in just a second. The other rollback in Georgia, or Dade County at least, is called the insurance premium rollback. Insurance premium rollback is where if you have life insurance, car insurance, house insurance, fire insurance, the sales tax collected on that, the state has a portion of it, but then they send a small portion back to the county, and we are able to roll those taxes back as well. Yeah, and so again, it reduces the millage rate accordingly, and we'll get into the math here just in a second. If you want to, we're going to take a quick look over at the 5-year history. It's the blue, I think you had it individually. Yep, that's it. 5-year history was advertised in the newspaper, and it's actually got 6 years on here. I don't know if we realized it or not. But anyway, it goes back to 2021. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can focus in on that any or not, but at the top portion is the unincorporated area. The middle or bottom portion is the incorporated area. Incorporated area is the city of Trenton. We only have one incorporated area in Dade County, and that is the boundary of the city limits. Anything outside the city limits is called the unincorporated area. Each year the Board of Assessors do the assessment notices. 45 days later, the information is collected and given to the tax commissioner. The tax commissioner's office then creates what's called consolidation sheets. The consolidation sheets is basically what all the real property, personal property, motor vehicles, mobile homes, and timber is worth in Dade County. And so we look at, they are what's called the digest. That's what makes up the digest, the gross digest. And for instance, real and personal property in the unincorporated area came in at $834,098,427. And then you can see down the list there, motor vehicles in the unincorporated was 4.6 million, mobile homes 7.6 million, and so a total gross digest of $846,549,148. The next line says exemptions. That's less exemptions. So if you're signed up for any kind of exemption that you may qualify for based on age, or if you served in the military, or any other exemption that for disability purposes or whatever the state of Georgia offers, there's $250 million worth of exemptions that come off of the gross digest, and that leaves what's called the net digest value. And so the net digest in Dade County for the unincorporated area is $595,957,454. The same information is there at the bottom, the incorporated rate, same real and personal, motor vehicle, mobile homes, and you can see the values there. Their gross digest is $165,470,933. They have $42,491 worth of exemptions, and so you take those away, and you're left with a digest of city properties of $123,066,442. When you combine those two numbers, you get a total digest value of $719,023,896. So we talked about a mill a minute ago. So if you take off the three digits at the end, making it a thousandth, putting it in a millage, that means one mill in Dade County is worth $719,023. That's what one mill is worth. Last year, a mill was worth $679,112. This year, it's worth $719,023. So we consider that difference what's called growth. That the growth in the digest, because we left the millage rate the same, that is the additional taxes that will be collected. That's like new homes that's been built, new things that's been done, maybe something been done to a home, added a room or something. Those kind of things are then taxed, and the additional revenues collected do tally up to you know, a little bit of money there. So we were thankful to have some growth in there. There's difference between, that's what we call real growth, and then there's what's called inflationary growth. Inflationary growth is when the tax assessor's office chooses to change a value across the board. Like if you have aluminum siding on your home and all of a sudden it was worth, I don't know, the ratio, the rate was 0.3, now it's 0.35, it would increase everybody's equally across the board. I'm not saying they did that, I'm just using that as an example. And so that would be inflationary growth, but that's not what is, the majority of this is, thank goodness, growth, and that's just people building homes, et cetera. The next item in here is the PT 32.1, and that's the computation of the millage rate for the rollback, compared to rollback rate. So if we were to collect exactly what we collected last year in taxes, then the millage rate would have been 7.277. We did leave that at 7.5, which is considered in Georgia a tax increase of 3.06%. And that on the unincorporated rate, it was 3.06%, and in the incorporated jurisdiction was 2.3% increase. Rollback rate would have been 9.592, but it's 9.813. All right, so that's a lot of information, and we can get into even more stuff if we've got some questions, but at this point, we'll take our public input. And we have, is it Bill Earp? Yes, sir, come on up, if you would, to the microphone.
I don't know why I'm nervous. It's not like I haven't spoken.
You're good, yeah.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine. We're just folks up here talking to you.
I didn't know we were gonna talk exactly about millage rates.
Yeah, that's what this public hearing's about tonight. It's only about millage rate.
Okay. So, I don't know if you wanna hear all this or not, but I built my own place. Took me 12 years, had $30,000 in the place. It come out pretty nice for a rookie builder. I've never built anything like this before, but anyway, I built a cabin. But nonetheless, I'm gonna skip all this stuff, but you know, I pay a higher tax rate than most people because I don't get any exemptions.
Have you applied for any?
But let me restate that.
Okay.
I do get a conservation
Okay,
exemption,
okay.
which helps. And I guess you can kind of tell I'm a retired old man. But although you're 8th on the list as far as affordability on taxes, you know, when's it going to end? When's enough? My Social Security check, when it comes in, I can't say, hey, I don't like my 2.3% I got last year. Go ahead and give me 9. I can't do that.
Right.
And there has to be a limit to it somewhere, somehow, is what I'm saying. I bet you get a Social Security check too, don't you?
No.
What?
You get a Social Security check?
I do.
They haven't given you 9% raise lately, have they?
Nope.
Yeah, me either. So, I have to live within my means. Mm-hmm. And I know you said your tax receipts were a little bit higher than they were last year, mm-hmm. which helps, but sometimes you just gotta live within your means. I know I have to. And I guess I could go back to work as a Walmart grader or something, but you know, and I've worked 60 to 80 hours a week most of my adult life. just to make it, try to get ahead. And I did this so, not so my taxes could get raised every year. Gotta live within your means.
Right.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak? Any commissioners have any comment?
No.
I mean, I know I have 3 boys at home and we feel it for sure. So I'm in the same boat. Yeah, they're very expensive all the way around. And it is, this past couple of years has been very hard. So I understand.
Could I mention something else?
Sure.
I have trail cams up on my property.
You have one? Oh, trail cams. I got you. Okay.
They are so nice, you know, a little bit of security and everything else. But I have had Dade County government officials on my property at least 5 different times. Got them on my trail cam. And I approached offenders about it, and I was assured that it would never happen again.
Okay.
So, and after that first time, it happened 4 more times, maybe 5. I had to look through my pictures to find them, but I know there's 5 times. But after the first time, I signed a letter and everything else, gave it to them, and I just don't think they'll be trespassing.
Were they tax official? Who were they? I mean, do you know?
Some of them were tax officials, someone was Dade County Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
In fact, I approached, I can't remember his name now, not Ray Cross.
Yeah, for sure.
I said Ray Cross. Anyway, I talked to him about it, and he says, "What are you doing up there with trail cameras?" I said, "I just parked in your parking lot, and you have cameras all over the place." He says, "Good point." So, anyway, having said that, I don't think they ought to be on my property unless they call me, have written permission. And as far as the tax assessors go, the last couple of years they have called me, and I've met them up there and let them in.
Okay, that's good.
So,
You know, I don't know what the sheriff's department would be doing unless there was some type of call or something, so.
but, well,
I mean, we can't really speak to that.
yeah, as soon as I saw them on camera, I called them, and they said, "Come down and see us." So I went down and see us. Said, "We don't know which officer are doing back there." And it was during hunting season, so it might have been gunshots or something.
Yeah, something related to that, yeah.
So
Okay.
I got one question. You said you had conservation. You had an exemption for conservation on your property.
Yes.
Have you signed up for like 65 and 5 or the homestead freeze? Have you done that?
No, I haven't. I don't know anything about it,
Is
actually.
that your home residence?
Is that your,
No, it's not.
Yeah, so
okay, so it's
See,
a
I don't get
secondary.
a homestead exemption.
I got you. So you wouldn't be able to do it over the 65, 5. Okay.
Got you.
Although the wife and I have thought about moving up there, but we haven't yet.
Yeah, well, when it's your residence and you live there, you'll be able to sign up for a couple more
Right.
exemptions.
That's why I say I pay more and use probably the very least the services. I mean, I use Highway 136 as state highway, but 157 and Yankee Road. So, and I shop down here. I mean, y'all get my tax money, but I don't use any of your services really
Where's your primary residence?
in Lookout Valley.
Lookout Valley.
Yeah, Tipton.
Okay. All right.
And Mr. Hartline, are you related to the Heartlines on Lookout?
Yes, somehow. Out in Head River.
Okay, yeah,
It would be down the line, but I don't know exactly how, but yes, we are.
okay. I was just wondering because I know some of the
Knew them.
Heartlines. All right, thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, any other questions? All right, hearing none, we will adjourn the public hearing and call the meeting to order here in about 5 minutes. The special call meeting of the Dade County Board of Commissioners to consider adoption and setting the 2026 millage rate for the unincorporated and incorporated areas of Dade County. This is an advertised meeting under the laws of the state of Georgia. I'll hereby call the roll. Dr. Pullen,
Present.
Mr. Hartline,
Present.
Mr. Woods, he's absent, and Mrs. Bradford.
Here.
And the chair is present. We therefore do have a quorum. It's a limited agenda for the purpose of only discussing the passage of the millage rate. For consideration tonight, we have a millage rate proposed of 2026 millage rate to be established in the unincorporated area of 7.50% or mills, and inside the incorporated area at a rate of 9.8126 mills to levy sufficient net taxes estimated at $5,677,283 in revenues to fund maintenance and operation of Dade County. Also further recognize and resolve to approve the advertisement of the proposed gross millage rate, M&O rate for 14.0904, the current 2026 tax digest and the 5-year millage rate history, and the advertisement of the required public hearings pursuant to OCGA. One other thing to note in this is Dade County does not fund those services listed in OCGA 33-8-8.3. Commission deems the proceeds from the insurance premium tax should be used to reduce the ad valorem tax millage rate in the unincorporated area of Dade County. Do I have a motion to approve the millage rate as presented?
I make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll poll the commissioners with Dr. Pullen,
Yes.
Mr. Hartline,
Yes.
Mrs. Bradford,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. The resolution R-43-26 is hereby passed, and with no further advertised business, we are adjourned.